Hello everyone. Welcome to our exciting session. Today we are exploring English language arts with a fun focus on animal syllables. I'm thrilled to have you all here. In this presentation, we'll discover different animals and learn about their syllables. We'll look at how words are built and have some fun along the way. So let's get started and enjoy this journey into animal sounds and words. All right, let's break down what a syllable is. You can think of a syllable as a small unit of sound within a word. For example, in the word cat, there's just one syllable. But in a longer word like painter, there are two syllables, paint and Each syllable typically has a vowel sound, and it's like a little beat or pulse you can hear when you say the word aloud. Understanding syllables is really important because it helps with pronunciation, spelling, and even reading fluency. In this slide, I've shown some examples, like the word lar or pill, which are just parts of words that represent syllables. Remember, every word is made up of one or more syllables, and recognizing these can make a big difference in how you understand and communicate words clearly. This concept ties into our overall theme of improving language skills and mastering pronunciation. So pay close attention to how words are broken down into these small, manageable pieces. Let's start by listening carefully to the sounds on this slide. First, we hear 3 claps in a row, claps, claps, claps. These represent the rhythm we're about to explore. Now we have a series of animal words: butterfly, goldfish, shrimp, tiger. As I say each word slowly, I want you to clap your hands once for each sound or part you hear in the word. For example, when I say tiger, we clap twice because it has 2 parts. This activity helps us understand how words are broken down into sounds, which is fundamental for language learning and pronunciation. Now, the slide asks, how many claps? And the answer is 2. This shows how some words, like tiger, have 2 distinct sounds or syllables. Recognizing these parts is key to decoding words and improving your vocabulary skills. Overall, this exercise ties into our broader theme of phonetics and sound awareness, crucial tools for effective communication and language mastery. All right, let's look at this slide. First, you see the claps and numbers, right? This is a fun way to demonstrate how we can use clapping to understand syllables in words. When I say a word slowly, I clap each time I hear a part or a beat. For example, with the word tiger, I clap twice because it has 2 syllables. This technique helps us break words into manageable parts, making it easier to learn pronunciation and rhythm. Now the question here is, how many claps do you hear? The answer is 2, which matches the 2 syllables in tiger. This activity not only makes learning engaging, but also reinforces the idea that words are made up of smaller sound units, syllables, that we can count and recognize. Connecting this to our overall theme, understanding syllables is a key step in improving reading and speaking skills. It's a simple, effective way to build awareness of how words are constructed, helping us become more confident in pronunciation and fluency. All right, let's take a closer look at this slide. Here, we see a series of claps and animal names. The key idea is to help us understand how to break down words into smaller parts by listening carefully and clapping along. When I say a word slowly, like weasel, I want you to clap each time you hear a part or syllable. For example, with weasel, you would clap twice, once for we and once for cell. This technique is a fun way to improve our listening skills and phonemic awareness, which are crucial for reading and language development. We also see other animals like monkey, snake, caterpillar, turtle, and parrot. Each of these words can be broken down into smaller sounds or syllables, and clapping helps us identify those parts more easily. Notice the pattern of the claps. Sometimes there are many, sometimes just a few. The question at the end, how many claps? Encourages us to pay attention and count the number of parts in each word. This activity ties into our overall theme of developing phonological awareness, understanding how words are built from sounds. It's a simple, interactive way to make learning fun and engaging while reinforcing important reading skills. All right, let's take a closer look at this slide. Here, we see a series of claps and animal names like weasel, monkey, snake, caterpillar, turtle, and parrot. The instructions tell us to say a word slowly and clap each time we hear a part of the word. For example, if we say teacher, we would clap twice, once for T and once for jur. This activity helps us understand syllables and how words are broken down into smaller parts, which is a key concept in phonics and language learning. Notice the pattern of claps. Some are quick, some are more spaced out. This variation emphasizes the different sounds and syllables in each word. The question, how many claps, encourages us to think about the number of syllables in each word, reinforcing our understanding of how words are structured. Overall, this slide connects to the broader theme of developing phonological awareness, being able to identify, hear, and manipulate sounds in words. It's a fun and interactive way to engage with language and improve our reading skills. These animals all have just one beat in their names, meaning they are made up of only one syllable. You can see examples like bear, snake, dog, crab, rat, deer, bee, shrimp, fish, and squid. This makes them simple and easy to say, which is a fun way to look at animal names. The key point here is to recognize how many animals have one-syllable names, which can help us understand language patterns and pronunciation. By focusing on these short, single-beat words, we see how language can be concise, yet descriptive. And this idea ties into our overall theme of exploring the structure of words and sounds in different contexts. So next time you mention an animal, think about whether its name is one syllable or more. It's a small detail, but it can be quite interesting. These animals all have two beats, or two syllables in their names. For example, we have goldfish, hamster, and monkey. Notice how each of these words is made up of two parts, which makes them two-syllable animals. We also see tiger, turtle, and weasel, all also with two syllables. Then there's parrot and rabbit, completing our list of two-syllable animals. Recognizing these patterns helps us understand how animal names are formed and makes it easier to learn and remember them. Throughout our presentation, we've been exploring how words are built and how they help us communicate clearly. Identifying two-syllable animals is a fun way to see that in action. It also shows us the rhythm and flow of language, which is important for both reading and speaking. So keep an ear out for these patterns. You'll find them everywhere in language. These animals all have three beats in their names, which means they are made up of three syllables. For example, we have ladybug, which sounds like three separate parts when you say it slowly. Then there's koala, also three syllables, and jellyfish. Notice how each of these words is broken into three distinct sounds or beats. Moving on, we have guinea pig, which is a fun way to say guinea pig, but we're emphasizing the three parts too. Then there's flamingo, elephant, and butterfly. Each of these animals has a name with three syllables. Recognizing these three-beat words helps us with pronunciation, spelling, and understanding how words are built. It's also a fun way to expand our vocabulary and improve our language skills. Remember, these three-syllable animals are a great example of how words can be broken down into smaller, manageable parts, which is useful when learning new words or practicing pronunciation. Welcome to the resources page. Here, I want to highlight how important it is to have reliable resources to support what we've discussed today. You'll find links, articles, and tools that can deepen your understanding and help you apply these concepts in your own work. Remember, the key to sustained success is ongoing learning and access to quality resources. These materials are connected to the overall theme of continuous improvement and staying informed. So, I encourage you to explore these resources further and integrate them into your practices. Thank you for your attention and engagement throughout this presentation.